Failure is not fatal. It's an opportunity for learning and growth. I'm out in California at my own mastermind, the Empire Mastermind. Still processing everything that I've learned. What big decisions are you struggling to even make and commit to? Comment below, let me know. So here's the big things. Some of the big takeaways. Yes, there's a ton of strategies. We did copywriting today. We did emails. We did organization. We did fast leads, fast wins, etc. Some cool stuff I'll be sharing with you guys over the next few weeks. But the big concepts are this. Failure is not an option. So everyone in that room, and then everyone, so I've got to work out in my coach's private gym. Everyone who signed the wall in there, everyone, what is the thing that they have in common? Is that failure is not an option. Failure is not something that's even considered like a path. Like, it's not viable. And it's like most people who don't succeed in business and cash practice, they take it, they go, oh, people say it's too expensive. Oh, I guess it is. And I'm just going to back down and stop and go do something else. It's like failure is a thing I need to be afraid of. But you have to remember that failure is not fatal. It's an opportunity for learning and growth. I need to figure out what the name of this movie was. There was this movie recently, and it was Ryan Reynolds was in it, and it was, I wouldn't say a B movie, it was more of like an art film or low budget movie. He wasn't an action hero, and the other guy, the big character actor, was the guy with the gambling problem, and he was always between success cycles. What does that mean? Well, you're going to grow, and then you're going to be in like the green light where you're growing. Okay? I learned this from my friend Vince Del Monte. Vince was on my podcast, and Vince was telling me this last night at dinner. Like, this is why these things are so powerful. It's not just learning from Bedros and Craig. It's like sitting next to Vince and Vince telling me this thing, and I was like, oh shit. So look, everyone's green and yellow, because we were talking about what we had talked about that day, and Bedros was talking about being between success cycles. It's like, okay, if you're green, you're growing. Great, like things are going great. You're like, they're going fast. You're like, holy shit. Like, I can't keep up. I got too many patients. I got too many people contacting me. I don't have time to call them back. Well, man, that's a great fucking problem. But then sometimes you'll be yellow, where you're kind of in a growth phase and things are kind of either steady or they're growing slower than you expected. And that's okay. We all enter the yellow phase. But then there's red. Red's like where things are stopped. They're dying. And, it's probably, there's a lot of different things going on. There's the wrong message. You've stopped taking action. You've decided that what you're doing, is a bad idea, etc. You're not leaning on your coaches in your mastermind group, your support group, your accountability partners, etc. Like, I don't let my mastermind students go into the red zone. Like, as a team, like, you can't go into the red zone. When you have trouble, you got to run towards us and ask for help rather than run away from us. You get that? There was another big lesson that I learned yesterday. This guy, Tim Larkin, he teaches self-defense. Like, you guys are going to love this. But he doesn't really teach self-defense. He teaches violence. He says, violence isn't always the answer, but when violence is the answer, it's the right answer, or it's the only answer, okay? And what he does is he teaches people how to live a life where they don't have to encounter violence. I mean, he didn't teach self-defense. He teaches people to create behaviors, to avoid it. And this is what you need to do in the one chance that it's the only option for you. And one of the drills he did was this kind of active shooter drill. And where he walks in and he's like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're all gonna walk away from me and we're gonna do it in slow motion. And he's like, every time I shoot, you're just gonna sit on the floor, you know? And then we did it the other way where we walked towards him. And as we walked towards him, it was less people. And it wasn't that that's what you're supposed to do, like when someone's shooting, but the whole idea is that when there's a threat in business or in your life, if you walk towards it, you go towards it to conquer it, it goes away faster. Rather than ignoring a problem and running away from it or hiding from it and hoping it'll go away on its own. It's just like patience. You say, oh, that back pain, it'll go away. And then it doesn't. And then 3 years later, they end up in your office and they've missed out on doing CrossFit for 3 years. You guys getting this? You know, so in business, in life, if you've got a problem, you got to go towards the problem and have the hard conversations and neutralize the problem early. Otherwise, it's just going to chase you, destroy you, and hurt more people. All right. Thanks so much. I'll see y'all later.